Hey, I'm Will Wheaton, and I have just received a dump truck full of gold bullion to tell you to watch the Scene Snobs.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Scene Snobs Reviews. This is my review of Thor: Love and Thunder. I went to the theaters today to go check it out, and I'm going to get into it. I'm not really going to do any spoilers because it's so new. I want everybody to go check it out. But I am going to touch down on things that we do see in the trailers and the TV spots and stuff like that, just to kind of talk around the plot. So if that's not for you, then I fully understand. But we hope you'll give this a like, give us a subscribe, and come back and check it out after you've seen the movie. But I am not going to delve too deep into it and what happens. Thor: Love and Thunder, the love story we've been waiting on for so long. I've even pulled this out for today. Did not take it to the theater, of course. It's a little too heavy. But I love my Stormbreaker, and it's a good thing I did because Stormbreaker plays a very pivotal role in this movie overall, and a very funny one. So, of course, Thor and Love and Thunder sees Jane Foster and Thor reunited, and it's been a bit. Thor: The Dark World was the last time we knew they were together. We've heard they've broken up in other movies. We never really got the full story of why. But we do see a lot of things kind of, post Endgame, Infinity War, Thor world where everything is. This is like the first main Avenger we see after all of that. Like, of course, yes, we got a Spider-Man, we got Doctor Strange, but Thor been around since the beginning. We saw Black Widow, but of course that's a prequel. This is what's going on in the main group. Hawkeye, of course, shows up. He had his TV show, but not much was really shown there. And actually, I think that takes place way after this. So with this, we kind of get the idea of like what's going on Earth, within Thor's world, and just what all the characters are kind of going through. So it's kind of cool to see. Phase 4, just overall, as we talk about it, Phase 4 has kind of been a bit of a strange one. I have not disliked any movies that have come out, but they almost seem, I don't want to say disjointed, but they're not as connected as I think everybody was hoping they would be. And with each passing movie, they seem not less and less connected, but not as much connected. We start seeing more things. They're exploring new things with, different dimensions and, of course, the multiverse, the cosmic world, things like that, which is very cool to see. But it seems like out of a very broad scope compared to everything we got in the first 3 phases. Not that I dislike it. I just like to see where it all kind of is going to culminate, because it have to ultimately, if it has to culminate into something, and I'm just kind of wondering what that would be. Well, with Thor: Love and Thunder, you don't get much more. This is a very contained story. This is Thor's story. A running theme throughout the entire movie is another epic Thor adventure. And that's very much what this is. And we get a lot of these characters coming in. We get to meet the mighty Thor, Jane Foster, and see her storyline. We get Gore. We meet him. And let me tell you, Christian Bale right off the bat gives a stellar performance. He is absolutely fantastic in this. Chris Hemsworth is great. He's Thor. He is exactly what we are normally getting. I'd say the actors that really shine in this, besides Christian Bale, was Natalie Portman. Tessa Thompson's always a lot of fun. Taika Waititi as Korg definitely shined a bit more than you would expect, but we had a lot of fun with him. I'm glad he was in it as much as he was. But if you're expecting the Guardians of the Galaxy It is not a blink and you'll miss it cameo, but it really isn't them sticking around for too long. And I have to admit, the way things went between them and Thor in this movie, that just didn't feel very right to me. It didn't feel like I didn't really like where they went with it. I didn't like how they were towards Thor, and it just really left me kind of like, yeah, really, is that how you do things? Like, it just seems like they never actually connected with him, and ultimately they end up leaving him, which we see in the trailer. So it's not really a spoiler. We do know that they leave, and I get it. They're gonna have their own movie. They had to separate from Thor. We get it, but it just didn't seem, it just seemed a little cold, and I didn't really appreciate that about it. But I definitely did like, Thor in this movie and kind of where they wanted to go with it. Here is my biggest issue when it comes to Thor: Love and Thunder, is comparing it to Thor Ragnarok, because it's mostly the same team. This movie decided to take on a really epic storyline within the comic books of Gore the God Butcher, and introduce new characters, gods, and kind of how that whole metaphysical world works, and really touched on a lot of these things. But at the heart of it, this is a romantic comedy through and through. If you like romantic comedies, that's absolutely what this is. It's about a boy, a girl, a hammer, and an axe, quite literally. It's pretty crazy. But when it ultimately comes down to it, they did not allow the things that should have had more attention to get more attention. They played up the silliness. The balance between the silliness and the drama lean more towards the silliness. Now, I'm okay with that. If you go back and watch Thor Ragnarok, the balance is perfect. It is. That's why it's almost the perfect Marvel movie, is because they had the right amount of silliness and the right amount of drama. You felt the heart of the drama, and the silliness definitely kept you going throughout. This, it seemed like the drama was there. It was wonderful. They didn't expound upon it too much, but they really like kind of went right for the silliness of it. And now the drama is very heavy. So you would think that maybe the silliness need to have more, the comedy and funniness of it. But it went too hard and for too long. They showed more focus on things that they should have focused on, like Gore or what was going on with Jane. I do like that they gave us flashbacks to Jane and Thor's relationship when they were together. And you got a good feel and a good vibe for that, because you did not get that other than throwaway lines in other movies. And I always thought that was a little sad because, regardless of whatever may have happened, it was just, I kind of wish they had let us see the relationship a little bit more, because they really pushed it in those first two movies. But we at least get flashbacks and we see kind of what happened and how it kind of fell out and where it went and such. And I really like that. I appreciated about that they did that. And I love the love story of it. It was wonderful to see them connecting again. And by the end of it, you're left thinking, oh, this is a fun movie. And I definitely walked out of it and I was like, this was fun. I had a good time. It has a rewatchability factor to it. I just feel that the character of Gore was cheated just a bit, because Christian Bale gives a great performance, but he's not in it enough. And they use the children of Asgard in a way to kind of propel and it's a very Storm of the Century type of move. That is a callback. If you guys know that one, you understand a bit, but they in that sort of vein, they use the children to kind of propel the evil a little bit more, and Gore's mission to kill gods. But they didn't give it enough weight. And that's what I was a little sad about that, because I really want to see Christian Bale in this more. And I wanted more of Gore's story. And I wanted more confrontation between Thor and Gore. So they do visit the land of the gods. And I will say a few things. Very cool. Everything looked awesome. You see some very weird things, which is very comic booky. And I love that. I love when they do that. Certain characters pop up, certain gods pop up, and you're like, all right, I really like how they kind of explain this and how this all works, why Zeus is there, who Zeus is. It was very cool. And they introduce characters through that. So make sure you stick through the both after credits and you watch that. But I will say, you do see Korg's god. There's nothing, insane about it. He mentions it, and you do see him. And I want you to look because it's very funny. And I want you to look at Korg's throne. So if you've seen the movie and you didn't catch it, please go back and look at it. It is a very funny joke that is continued from Thor Ragnarok. And it's so subtle, you could miss it. But look at his throne. As soon as you see it, you will understand. So I do want to say that. I like the whole confrontation between Zeus and Thor. It gave Thor a heroic moment, which was a lot of fun. The ending of the movie ultimately leaves you wondering where it's going to go, what's going to happen with it, and what's going to happen in the world of, I guess, Thor's world, and where that kind of all is going to come to, and what we'll see from there in the future. But yeah, it is something from beginning to end you're going to enjoy. But if you're going in there expecting the God of Thunder storyline, Gore's full storyline, the God Bomb storyline, I wouldn't hinge on all of that because it's good, but it's not great. I feel like it missed its mark a bit on that. But overall, it is a very enjoyable movie. Spectacle, beautiful. The jokes lands. They're a lot of fun. And if anybody knows, I do my ratings based on 5. I love Thor. Listen, I love Thor. I've done the collecting. I've even brought them here to look at. I stopped by McDonald's. I did a review on these. They're doing the Thor figures now. I collect these because I collected them from Endgame and such. So I picked one up for me and my kids. AMC has the popcorn bucket out now. I went and I picked that up too. So a little flimsy, $40. Did a review on that, so I'll let you go watch that. I'm not going to do that here, but I love Thor. Is a great character, and especially in movies. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed his storyline the entire way through. But this, not the worst Thor by any stretch of the imagination anyway, and I'm not even saying it's a bad movie. I really enjoyed it. But I wish there was more to it. Thor Ragnarok set a very high bar, and this one didn't quite reach that yet. But it's still worth going to watch, still worth going to see in theaters because it's very cool. I am a Guns N' Roses fan. I'm going to say that now. I didn't need as much Guns N' Roses as I got in this. It was a little jarring. I was like, is that the only thing that we have for this playlist? It's Guns N' Roses. So it was a little rough. But before I get to my rating, I want to let you guys know we have an official sponsor now here at the Scene Snobs. We have a few coming in, but right now Noom has taken over. If you guys know, I'm a big guy trying to lose the weight and doing different things. I have a tough time with it, and I'm trying to learn more. Well, I signed up for Noom. And if you want to join in my journey, go over to thescenesnobs.com or go down into the descriptions. We have our special link, and you can sign up with me. It's pretty cool. They have daily lessons, personal coaching, and support groups, tracking systems. They won't tell you what you can and can't eat either, because they don't believe in the good or bad of it, with food. But instead, they'll give you the knowledge and wisdom that you need to make informed choices to fit the lifestyle, which is what I'm big on. We've talked about, if you follow me on social media, I've lost weight, gained weight, and I've always tried to change the lifestyle, but I'm having problems with it. And this has so far been a really good piece for me because I need that support structure. I need to understand myself better and why I always have to finish a plate, it goes back to being raised by my depression era grandparents, and things like that. And this really helps you find it. So if you want, and you want to join in my weight loss journey and you want to do it too, maybe there's some things you need to do and you want some help, go check out Noom. They're very popular right now. You can go down into the description, or you can go to thescenesnobs.com. There's a link down there. It's on our link tree, the whole nine, and you can sign up. And they give you a certain, there's a guarantee there. They give you a trial run. So go check it out. Sign up with under the Snobs code, and yeah, let's do it. But I want to give my rating of Thor. Another reason I want to do Noom so bad and lose this weight is because Thor looks beautiful in this freaking movie, and I want to look like that too. But so Thor, for me, Thor Ragnarok was definitely a 5 out of 5. I loved that movie. This one had a couple missteps, and therefore I gave it a 3.5 goats, screaming goats. 3.5. Let me tell you about these goats, everybody. These goats are the best part of the movie. And that is not me taking away from all the other fun stuff to it. These goats are absolutely hysterical. They scream the entire way through, but not in an annoying way. They did it in a perfect way. They're very funny. They're very crazy. And I want more merchandise from these goats. I will be picking them up as soon as I can with the Funko Pops and everything else. But I love them. But Thor, Love and Thunder, go check it out. It's in theaters now. I want to thank you guys for watching so much, for doing this. I'm going to check out the comments right now. Oh, Marvel Spaceman, what's going on, buddy? Hey, for what you can say, what did you think of the Taika Waititi did the Guardians of the Galaxy? How's it different from James Gunn, and how much screen time did they have in Thor: Love and Thunder? Okay, so I got to admit, I don't know that I liked what Taika did with them. Again, I didn't like their interactions with Thor. They seemed fine. They didn't get enough time to shine, in my opinion. Star-Lord, most of all, he did, but everybody else kind of had passing lines. But I didn't really like their interactions with Thor. And they were in there very quickly. You got the extent of what they were trying to do. And that was kind of what it was. So I don't think they were utilized properly. I think this was literally like, hey, we got a movie coming out. Let's show them. And we knew Thor was with them, so it had to be done. I almost felt like it had to be a righting of a wrong. Maybe like Thor shouldn't have gone with them in the first place, but I'm glad he did. I just wish that they had a better interaction. So I think James Gunn understands these characters a little bit better. And I didn't love their appearance in this. But again, I don't have a dislike for them or anything either. How much screen time? 10 minutes. Maybe I may be a little generous with that time, but yeah, maybe about 10 minutes. And that's not even fully all them. That's them interwoven into Thor's stories so far. So yeah, overall, I'm anxious to see what James Gunn does with the third one, but I did not love their interactions in this one. So if you guys have any more questions while you're watching, happy to answer them. While I do that, just so you guys know, right now, we have the latest episode of our podcast. Casey and I get a little crazy this week. We had a lot of fun with it. Also, tomorrow on our Patreon, we'll drop our new episode of Plot Roast. This week's episode, we're roasting Masters of the Universe. So if you're a part of our Patreon, you can check it out. There will be a cut version over on the YouTube channel as well that you can watch, but the full uncut will be on Patreon. We've also dropped our interview with Will Wheaton. Go check that out. That was so much fun. He was such a nice guy to talk to. That is out now. Of course, you can watch it on our YouTube channel, or you can listen to it anytime on all podcast platforms. So yeah, we're having a good time with it. Another thing that we have that's coming up on July 22nd, if you guys, we would love to have you. We have these things called Fundathons. This is a 12-hour Fundathon event, and it's Casters for a Cause. It's going to be 12 hours of entertainers, podcasters, things like that, all getting together, trying to raise money for two very cool charities. So check back for more info, but it will be here on YouTube, on our Twitch, on our Facebook page, on our Twitter, the whole nine. So please jump in and let people know about that. Spread the word. Let's see what else you got. I heard that Valkyrie gets sidelined in this movie. I'm surprised considering how interactive she was in Ragnarok. Valkyrie was great in this movie. I don't think she got sidelined, because I think she did a really good job for what she was doing. But there was too much going on, and there were so many characters. you have to focus on Thor. You have to focus on Jane, because this is the first time that they're together in a long time. And now she's dealing with what she's dealing with. If anybody doesn't know, she's sick in the movie, and she's also become the new Mighty Thor. So you have to deal with those things, and Gore is almost like the third bill. Like, you got to follow Gore and what he's doing. So Valkyrie and Korg don't get sidelined. They have a lot of screen time, a lot of interaction. They're there along for the ride, and it all makes sense. But I don't think that they could be focused on as much, though. I would actually say Valkyrie probably had the same amount of screen time that she did in Ragnarok, if not maybe a little bit more. But overall, like, really, I had a lot of fun with it. Of course, like I said, my ranking is 3 out of 5. Guys, thank you so much for checking us out. We really appreciate you. We appreciate you guys watching and, interacting with us. If you like these reviews, please comment, let us know, and let us know what you thought of the movie as well. You can also check my reactions out over on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, the whole nine. You can join up on our Discord, which is available now. Go to thescenesnobs.com. There's a link there or below in the descriptions. Go over to the Facebook group, Snobs Nation. That's there too. So join in, start, just interact. We're having a good time with it. They explain how Jane becomes worthy to lift Mjolnir, and was the scene rushed to get her to become. It was not rushed, and they do explain it. It's a quick explanation, but it's fine. It makes sense. It's okay. And it was worth it. But yeah, it was fine. I didn't need much more than what we saw, and I did enjoy it. So, guys, that's my review of Thor: Love and Thunder. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. I will have some more reviews coming out very soon, so check back for those. Remember to give this a like. Remember to give it a follow. And check us out. And if you like the channel, subscribe. And, yeah, other than that, stay tuned, stay geeky, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. I'm the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. You can check out the Scene Snobs Podcast live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel, or all podcast platforms afterwards. Also on our YouTube channel, you can check out great shows like Real Combat, the ultimate debate show for movie lovers, mixed movie picks with new recommendations every week, Geek Fest live every Sunday night, and new movie reviews and news all the time. Like and subscribe, then hit the notification bell so you know when all of our new episodes drop. Thank you so much to all of our amazing Patreon supporters, with whom this would not be possible. They help keep the lights on and support us in such big ways. If you would like to become a supporter on our Patreon and take advantage of all the perks like monthly giveaways, early access, and so much more, head on over to the Scene Snobs Patreon page and just sign up on one of our 2 tiers. Join our awesome community of geeks, movie lovers, and so much more, and join up on our Discord. The Scene Snobs Discord is now live, and you can head over to thescenesnobs.com for links to there and more. The Scene Snobs merch store is now open with original fun designs that are available on all different types of merch and apparel. Check out thescenesnobsmerch.com. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so many more. We have fun updates, topics, we talk about collectibles, and so much more on there. It's a great time. You can find all of our links to everything on thescenesnobs.com or on our link tree, which are down in the descriptions below. Thanks again, everyone. Stay tuned and stay geeky.